And we are live at 5, just a little bit after 5. I'm a little bit late. What makes an encounter something a little more? What makes you become more memorable than just any other random encounter that people go through? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Unconscious Communication Secrets. In this series, I help you to get further, faster with your confidence, connection, communication, and influencing by focusing on the 93% of communication, which is the non-verbal stuff. And today we are going to be talking about how to transition from small talk to deeper conversations, to being more memorable, to being remembered. And so why is this important, right? Well, ultimately, when people go to networking things, etc., they go there because they want to make connections, and making connections is ultimately about being remembered. And how the way I like to, the analogy that I like to give when I talk about this is, imagine there's a little breeze blowing, right? Like a little breeze blowing in the garden. Little breezes happen all the time. Like, you don't remember the last time that a little breeze kind of came by, but you do remember that, like, when a breeze like literally moved you, or like it literally swept you off your feet, or it moved some of the garden furniture around, or messed up your clothes or your hair or whatever. Like, if a breeze really came and moved you, then you remember it. And that's the same with a conversation, with small talk, or being remembered. When someone actually makes an impact, that's when you remember them. But people encounter others every single day. So we're going to be talking about how you can move from what is like small talk to larger talk. So first of all, let's see if you are on and live. Please come in and say hello. Just drop a message, say hi, let me know how you're doing, etc. And let's crack on. So yeah, so when how did I kind of do this? Like, basically, I interact with people a lot, and for me, I used to feel that it was always a bit of a hit and miss. Like, sometimes, like a lot of times, I would be able to easily get into a conversation and a deeper conversation, but sometimes I used to struggle. And so I wanted to figure out, I wanted to figure out a system. Like, what do I need to do? What are the checkpoints why am I sometimes getting it and sometimes not? So I did a bit of research, etc. And one of my teachers, Igor Ledachovsky, he was teaching some of these trainings, and he told me about looking out for something called offers. And this is something that I also used to do when I did improv comedy. Like, if you've ever seen an improv comedy show, what happens is someone comes on and they go and they talk and they say something, and then the other person has to talk. But what they do is, before they talk, they are listening very intently to what the other person is saying so that they can build on it. And I'm going to give you a system that I've developed today that will share with you a little bit of how to do this very effectively. So let's get cracking. So I am going to be sharing with you the OPALS system to transitioning. And the phrase of the day, by the way, is transition the conversation and transition the impact. Literally, like, if you want to take yourself from every other person to being memorable, to creating an impact, to getting further faster with people, then do this one skill of taking a conversation from just random small chit chat. Oh, look, the weather is etc. To actually having a meaningful conversation is going to be huge. So how do we do it? So in OPALS, the OPAL system, O stands for pay attention to offers. An offer is basically when anyone says a phrase, they are putting out little feelers, like little things that they want to get across. And so you want to pay attention to what people are saying, what's the subtext behind it, or what, like, so for example, hey, I just went to one of the bakeries, etc. I like to get one of my they have one of my favorite cakes over there, and then I came over here. That's an offer. They have offered a bit of information. One of my favorite cakes. I went to the bakery. Like, that means I like baked foods or whatever, etc. When you pay attention to what is being offered over there, it's hugely, hugely powerful. So pay attention to the offers. That's what the O is for. And like I said, when I was doing improv comedy, you'd have to literally pay attention to what the person is saying so that you can pick something from what they have said and roll with it. So literally in improv comedy, this is a skill. Look out, what is the person saying, and then find one thing that they said, take that and roll with it. So that's offer. So pay attention to offers. Next step is give it a personal feel. So how do I mean by that? Right, if someone is talking about their career or their job, etc., and they're going, this is kind of one of the things that I like to do, and then you just go, oh, okay, great. So tell me, why do you find this so fascinating, John? Like, what about this how did you get so into this? Or what's so important? What made you want to move over here? It's a live video, and I am getting someone. My daughter is knocking at the door. She wants to come in and say hello. So give me a second. Yes. Oh, thank you. I'm on a live video. Do you want to come and say hello? Mm-hmm. Okay.
And can I do a funny face?
Can you do a funny face? Maybe.
Yeah, one of these.
You want to do it? Oh yeah, we can do a funny face today. Okay. We're gonna interrupt this. This is what happens when you have a live video. We interrupt and hello.
My name is Sarah.
Yeah, that's right. And what's my name?
Baba.
That's right. I'm Baba and you're Sarah. Do you want to see the one I used today?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the one I used today.
Can I use?
Okay. Let me see if I. Okay. Let me just go behind you, and then let's see.
So much funnier, Baba.
But you know what? But you don't want to.
I do the fat.
You don't want to look like this. You don't want to look like this. Oh.
God, that.
You're scared of that one.
Can we do the dollar face?
Which one?
No, not that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm gonna have to get back to sharing some information. Or do you want to hang around while I share some information? You know what I'm doing? What's Baba doing?
Talking.
I'm talking. That's right. I'm talking.
Baba, can we do this sad face?
The sad face. Oh, this one. Okay. Wait. Let me just try and see it go behind you. Oh, there you go. All right. Come. So.
That's the funniest.
So you know what I'm sharing with people today?
Yeah.
So I'm explaining to people how you can go from, if you meet somebody, how you go from just a small conversation to a big, deeper conversation. How you become friends with people.
Papa, can we do the baby one?
She does not care about this.
Papa, can we do the baby one?
You want to do the baby one? Okay, I'll do the baby one, and then you gotta go.
Yeah.
All right.
No, there's the baby one. No, baby one.
This
People
one. Oh. Look at me. Wait, hold on. I'll try and go behind you, and then you're already young, so it doesn't make too much of a difference. All right. Can I continue to make this video?
Young.
Say goodbye to everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Sarah.
Yeah, and you're Sarah, and I'm Baba. All right. Thanks. High five. You're gonna be my co-presenter.
Drink all of your tea.
It's here. Oh, I'm sorry. Here, ladies and gentlemen, she's made me tea, so thank you. All right, cool. Now, very cool. Look, I've got James. James is coming in and saying hello. Hi, James. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in, James. Let me just close the door so we don't get too many more interruptions. All right, let's crack on. So, P is for personal feel. So personal feel, make it personal to the person. Go talk to them and be like, hey, what's yeah, okay. So if you're tuning in, let me rewind. If you're tuning in, we're talking about today how to transition from small talk to big talk. How do you, if you're having a conversation with someone, how do you transition from that little bitty chit chat to having a more deep and meaningful conversation? And I'm sharing the OPAL system. O is for paying attention to offers, the little threads that people give, or hints that people give in their conversation. Give it a personal feel. So what's important to you about this, or how did you get into this? Like John, how are you, like you do loads of videos. What about videos is so interesting to you? Something around that. But then if you're doing that, then you want to have an air of approval, right? Something that, and here's what I mean by that, right? If someone comes and says, oh my God, yes, I love to create videos, then you give it something like, wow, that's amazing. Like, find something that you find fascinating and pull on that thread, use that offer. And or like, hey, you've been here for so long. What is it that you love about this city? Like, that's something, there's a bit of approval about it. I think that is fascinating. I like that you like that. The next thing is, have a long form question. So what's a short form question? If you're struggling to move from like small chit chat, small talk to having a deep and meaningful conversation, half the time it's because you're asking like short form questions. Like, okay, so where are you from? I'm from Oman. Okay, that question's over. So ask long form questions. So like, oh, Oman, what's Oman like? Like, that's a longer form question. What do you love about that? Or what are some of the interesting things about that? Like, what is important to you about X? So, what is it that you like to do? I like to make videos. Okay, how did you become so fascinated with videos? See, that's personal. I'm asking about you and I'm fascinated by it. And then I'm asking it in a question that requires a longer answer. So asking for longer questions, like long open questions that require a longer answer, is very, very powerful. So that's the L in OPALS. And hey, Emil, Aneta, and Sujit, thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys are doing well. And then S is for safe. Like, pick a safe topic. Don't go direct into. So tell me about your childhood. Like, so you might want to ask where someone's from. A great technique is a tree technique. Imagine someone's a tree, their roots. Ask them about their roots. Like, where are they from? Great thing to. There's a lot of offers that can be taken from that. Their trunk is some of the where they've grown up and things like that. Ask them a little bit about that. And then the branches are their interests, their hobbies, the things that they're fascinated with. So asking about those things can be hugely, you can find loads of offers and things that you can pull on in order to transition from small talk to big talk. Cool. So that is the OPALS system. Hopefully that makes sense. And we've been talking about unconscious communication secrets. If you have not, please do subscribe to my channel on YouTube. And otherwise, I hope that this has been useful. Very quick video, interesting little cameo appearance from my daughter, who brought me a beautiful tea. And otherwise, I wish you a great day, and I hope to chat to you guys very soon. Thanks for tuning in. One love, peace out, and I will see you on another video very, very soon.